What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Santa One here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a oldie but a goodie. I was going to say the figure, but we're not going to be taking a look at just the figure. We're going to be taking a look at something beautiful for the packaging, and yeah, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Wheeljack, otherwise known as Deluxe Class Q. And this is the Japanese release version. As you can clearly see, they like totally like X'd out all of the data that you would need to know on the packaging, and as you can clearly see, it is deluxe class. So I mean, it's nice that we still have this guy. I mean, if we don't get Studio Series, I mean, I'm not going to complain, but I would much like a Studio Series version, please, just so I can know how this one stacks up. Because this is the only figure of Q that we've gotten, or Dark of the Moon Wheeljack, excuse me. So we're moving the packaging off to the side and bringing in the rare figure that is Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Q, or Wheeljack, excuse me. And he is based off of the Mercedes E550, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, sorry. They show it on the back of the packaging. Remember when they used to do that? So I had to take a look at the back of packaging to know what this car is, and this car, by no means necessary, is kind of rare in the automotive world, to my knowledge. They don't sell very many of the E class. They never did. So, please ignore the Hemi outside. So, anyhow, so to start things off with this figure, I mean, it's a beautiful looking car. I mean, for a Dark of the Moon Deluxe class, I mean, this thing is pretty freaking well detailed. I mean, obviously I've had this thing a little while, so the zero has kind of rubbed off a little bit, and there's a little bit of paint chipping here and there, but it's nothing huge or major. I mean, even the tailpipes were painted. I mean, the level of detail that they did go into for this figure really surprises me, because they did not really give that much level of detail to some of the other figures that really needed it. So now that we've taken a look at him in vehicle mode, we're going to zoom back out here, and we're going to get him into some scale comparisons. Now we're going to scale comparison him with at the very least the majority of the Dark of the Moon figures that I have. That being said, the only one that I do have is Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Leadfoot. And this is the knockoff version. This is not the official version at all. So I can tell you that right now, it's not the official thing. So yeah, here he is next to Studio Series Roadbuster, the other wreckers, the Irish wrecker. His rocket is down. Why is his rocket down? So here he is next to quite possibly my least favorite of the Studio Series wreckers. Here he is next to Topspin, Studio Series Topspin. And before people say, why don't you like Topspin? That's why. So, yeah. So now let's take a look at him with Studio Series Dark of the Moon Shockwave. Also a pretty, not rare, but not easy to obtain figure. And this one I may have to zoom out a hair, or just go, yeah, let's just zoom out a hair here. Here he is next to Dark of the Moon, Leader Class, Sentinel Prime. And I may have to go aerial shot on this because, yeah, that's why. He's huge. If Studio Series made him a Leader Class, I would have purchased it. Not the simple little Voyager. Not that that was a problem, but alright, so now that we've done that, let's zoom back in for transformation. So, to transform this guy, oh wait, before we do that, I almost jumped right into transformation. We didn't even take a look at the accessories, because he does come with quite a few. I almost forgot about that. I apologize. Here is his mech tech weapon, and if none of you guys remember what the mech tech weapons were, it was basically one single weapon that once pushed a button or something of that nature, it activated a secondary feature, like a saw blade, or an axe, or a big freaking gun. But yeah, so this his looks kind of like a tool case and a gun, like trying to be a sniper kind of thing. I don't know why they would make this. I don't know why they would give this a tripod and a handle, but no, I don't get it. So, but anyways, to do that, you basically just pull this lever back, and it spins the saw blade. So yeah, there's that. He does come with 2 other accessories, or 3 other accessories. He comes with a spear. For what reason, I don't know, because I don't remember him having one of these in the movie. It's done in nice green plastic, but I don't understand it. And he also comes with these 2 guns or drills. I like to think this is a drill, and I like to think that this is a spot welder. So, that's just basically it. And they do have clips, and they all can clip onto the big gun, but I mean, I don't really feel like showing you that because I mean, it's just, you know what, I'll just show it anyway. So clip this on at the bottom of the gun, then kind of have to clip these on as well. Make sure that the spear blade is standing up, and then you just kind of clip this one back on over here. I kind of like to just make sure that they're not all in the way, and then after that you can just take the little port, and there's these 2 little circles here that are spring loaded here, and they will cover up the hole or fill in the gap, which is one piece of engineering that I once again loved about this figure. There were so many things about this figure that I love that I just really am mad that it never came to the United States. So with this peg, push it right down into the hole, and you can store all of this stuff in vehicle mode, technically, but I mean, really, the only practical look would be, the only practical usage for this would be for just the MechTech weapon. So, technically it does store in vehicle mode, but it just doesn't work very well. Now that we've taken a look at the accessories and everything else of the nature, now let's get into the figure. So to start off, you're going to come to this bumper section, you're going to bring it down and accordion it all the way up like so. Then you're going to come to the top roof section and just pull it all the way up like so, and bring it all the way back. Then you're going to come to these wheel sections, and you're going to just kind of loosen them up and then untab them and bring them down so that it orients itself like this. Do the same thing on the other side, finagle it around, undo that, like so. Then you're going to rotate it at where the waist will be, because this step is very important to do at the very beginning, because if you don't, it has problems. So then you're going to split the legs down the middle, and then you're going to come to the roof section here, and you're going to bring it up and just accordion it back so that it looks like this. And then you're going to come to the foot section, bring it down, and then you're going to fold the little spike piece that was with his foot into his shin. Do the same thing on the other side. Collapse this down, or collapse this in, fold down the foot, push in the little spike. Now we're going to straighten out the legs and everything else that's with it. And there you have the legs all done. Now we're going to work on the upper torso. And once we've done all of that with the legs, then you're going to come to the back section here, and you're going to kind of just finagle things around here, just kind of make sure that they all just kind of undo themselves a little bit. Come to the top section of the car, lift up the roof, or the bonnet of the car, and then you're going to come to the front. Now the front, the arms and everything stay tabbed together, but you're going to kind of just bring them outward, push it in, bring it outward. Then you're going to come to these doors here, and you're going to close them, or you're going to, not close them, you're going to shift them inward, and then you're going to take the backpack, or not backpack, you're going to take the hood of the car, and you're going to close it up. Then you're going to come down to what will be the arms. I'm going to bring them all the way down. I'm going to take this piece of the car and rotate it up. Extend out the arm. It's on a double hinge. Rotate it around to make sure that it's all nice and pretty, and then you just have it like that. Take the little headlight section or the front of the car, and you just push it in so that it sits flush on his chest like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Open this up, rotate that around, bring it down, rotate, and shift in, or no, don't shift those inward just yet. Come to the chest section, open it up. Head's a little difficult. I have fat fingers. Ugh. And then I'm going to close that back up, and then take the shoulder pieces and push them into the side. And then we're going to put all of the weapons on him. These pieces just clip onto these little clippy sections on his chest. Do the same thing on the other side. It's almost like he's in a Western. It's almost as if Einstein was in a Western movie. Clint Eastwood. I don't know. Close them down like that. Bring the arms down like so. Then you're going to take the spear, and there is a clip section on the back. Clip. You're going to want to make sure that it's at an angle, because if it's not, it does not like to clip in perfectly and stay flush with the body. I like to have it like that, so if anybody's interested in that, just do that. Just do it if you want to. The instructions when I got this thing back in 2014 did not really say anything of the nature, but then again, I lost the instructions to it, so I have no idea where they went. So that, and then because these hands here are very, very fragile, take this, we slide it into his hand, and there you have Wheeljack, or Q, in his robot mode. And I think he's a cute looking figure. I really do. I think he's a really cute looking figure. I think he was definitely needed in the American line. I'm not happy that he wasn't released over here in the United States. I'm also not happy that this one did not make it to the United States. This would be the Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Soundwave. This was supposed... This one, that one, and the official version of this one, they were all supposed to be the final wave of Dark of the Moon, with, I think, another repaint of Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, but these were supposed to be the last wave of Dark of the Moon for the United States line. But they had to cancel it in order to make way for Transformers... I think it was not RID, I think it was Transformers Prime that they were trying to push at the time, and this just did not, and this just didn't make the cut. So that being said, you saw him with a scale comparison of Dark of the Moon Leadfoot, otherwise Big Chonk. Here he is next to the Irishman. So that's how they scale together with each other. And here he is next to possibly has cancer growing from every orifice of his body. So here he is next to Mr. Evil here of Dark of the Moon Soundwave, like that. And once again, we have to zoom all the way out. Here he is next to Leader Class Dark of the Moon Sentinel Prime. As you can clearly see, he's obviously Leader Class, so no surprise there. But anywho, now if I were to rank this figure on a scale out of 1 to 10, I'm gonna rank it solely based on just the parameters that I've got. The first parameter is that I have to take this as it's a Japanese exclusive. So that's the first part. I have to take it as a Japanese exclusive because there is no way in the world that you will ever find this in the United States unless somebody imported it from Japan. So there's that. That's the one problem, is the availability. So that already gets knocked down 1 point. The second thing that knocks it down is the fragility of it. The fragile figure. I say this with all good intentions because it is a very fragile figure. It's very easy for something to completely get broken. So the fact that it hasn't broken yet is very, 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 very impressive to me. So that's what's going. Those are the 2 points that it loses, is the availability and the fragility of it. So now that we've taken a look at those, we've minused off the 2 points. Now we can continue with the more positive notes of the figure, which are the fact that it is a Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Q. I mean, where else would you find something like this? You just don't. You just don't find something like this out in the wild. So, I mean, like I said, its availability is getting knocked down, but it's Q from Dark of the Moon. I mean, they call him Wheeljack, but I mean that's the whole point. That's not the whole point. So there's that going for it. It's Q. We've never had a figure of him except for this one. So there's that. The second thing that is really positive about it, I do like his accessories. They may be a little excessive, but I do like his accessories because, I mean, it does definitely feel like this is Q. So, and another positive note about that, on the third positive note, is the vehicle mode. The vehicle mode is very, very, very sturdy and very, very nice and very, very accurate and very, very detailed. I definitely like that. So there's all of those things that are going good for it. I have to rank this figure an 8 out of 10. 8 to 9 out of 8. No, not 8 to 9. I'm going to say 8 out of 10. The only reason it loses those 2 points is because of those 2 reasons I said previously. So, if you want one of these things, you're probably not going to be finding it anywhere in a good online retail store. You're probably going to have to buy it from a third-party seller. But you can either buy it from a third-party seller, or you can buy it straight from Japan, or you can buy it straight from wherever you want. But the thing is that it's going to cost you. When I paid for this back in 2014, I paid $30 for this. Yeah, that investment's kind of gone up now at this point. But if you want one of these, eBay, Mercari, maybe Facebook Marketplace if you're feeling like it. So, yeah. But if you don't want one of these and you still want to get all your Transformers kicks and everything else taken care of, you can always check out Planet Toys, our sponsor for today. Don't worry about Planet Toys because we got you covered on almost anything you might need Transformers wise. I will leave a link in the description down below for it if you want to check it out. And before we end this video, thank you all for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, and I would appreciate if you just click that button down there again, maybe that like button over here. So, anywho, this is Thomas Fenna One saying, don't forget to subscribe to Optination Reviews, Beastman Reviews, Riveted Reviews, Jordy's Rail Videos, Patrick with the Y, Bravely GG, iStar552, and Take Along Productions, as I know they all do some amazing work. And this is Thomas Fenna One saying, don't forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.